Hey guys, Eric at ProTexRemodeling.com in Grand Prairie. So we're out here in Kennedale fixing a roof problem, even though we're the ones doing the siding. And I want to show you a few things. Now, this plays into the fact that when you go and you're getting bids on your siding and you go bargain shopping and they sub it out, the stuff I'm doing here, you're not going to get done. And I'm not charging my customer for this. I'm just doing it because it's supposed to be done. So keep that in mind. So you see how the shingle, that shingle goes underneath that piece of flashing on the crutch. Okay, that piece of flashing is just kind of shoved up in there. You can see that it's kind of rounded on the edge, like on the edge right there. It's kind of rounded. It needs to be bent correctly and go all the way up in there. Problem number one. Number two, you see the shingles are wet. It's not even raining. That's how much water comes down your valley, even when it hasn't rained and everything hasn't dried out. The fascia board, that piece right there, is supposed to be an inch away from the shingle. It's touching the shingle. So the whole fascia board's rotted out. On top of the fascia board is supposed to be a piece of flashing that tucks up underneath the valley. That's not there either, right? So the builder did it this way more than likely, or the roofer, or a combination of both. Step flashing is done, step flashing's done not too bad, but what they did is they butted the corners on the step flashing instead of rounding the corners, and we got a leak over here, and I'll show you. So what we did, this one's not put back together yet, but you can see that that shingle goes all the way up to the soffit. On some of them there was a 3-inch gap you could put your arm in. So what we did is like we did over here. So we bent that piece of metal, sharp bend to it, so it's got the proper pitch of the roof. It goes all the way up into the crutch. The freeze board goes on top of it with the house wrap. That piece of step flashing goes underneath the valley, right there. Now that's as far as we can get without really tearing into the roof. But we're under the valley. That's going to direct water over the shingles, and then we caught those two things together, right? Over here, we cut this apart. This is where the hole is in the dining room. You can see how many times it's been patched, right? That's all been sealed and caulked, but that was a big old hole. So we're going to do these. I'll show you when I come back how we're going to bend these up. So keep that in mind when you go bargain shopping. You have this problem on your house and you got the what you think is the best deal on your siding, they're not going to do any of this to help you out. See you.